All right, welcome back to the Kid and Kam Table Talk. This week we're going to talk about Steelers and Ravens. They postponed for a third time. Packers, if they're the best team in the NFC. Right now it's a bit iffy. Then we're going to talk about the Chiefs, if you can honestly stop them, and if you can, how. Buccaneers, they're not looking too hot either. Going to talk about them. And Will Fuller, he got caught on some PEDs.
PEDs.
All right, so the Steelers, they're your team. Yep. You're a little diehard Steelers fan.
Steelers Nation, I'm a part.
Terrible tower.
Yes,
boring.
What?
What? Nah, it's just I was quoting a song.
Don't Packers fans wear cheese on their heads? Come on, dude.
Dude, you wave around a towel, bro.
You wear cheese on your head.
You wave around a towel, man. Shut up.
Okay.
Anyways, y'all got postponed for a third time. First team to repeat. Anyways,
wow, that's cool.
You said what? You said what?
Wow, that's cool.
Dude, do we need to quote Jimmy Kimmel? How he said y'all's quarterback is a 300-pound meat chunk?
The Packers cakewalk to 3 rings.
How?
Played in Super Bowl 1. Teams didn't even have face masks.
Okay.
Super Bowl 2, no one cared.
Okay.
And then against the Steelers, they played against a beat-up Steelers team.
Y'all trash.
Packers cakewalk to 3 rings.
Anyways, our best defensive player went out with injury. Anyways,
Yep.
You didn't like the first time this was done.
Nope.
You didn't like the second time this was done.
The first time it was understandable.
Okay, yeah.
First time it was understandable because they had a massive breakout that wasn't being contained. The tests weren't fully coming back, and they wanted to get some testing. I was okay with the first pushback. It was okay, and then it got announced that Lamar Jackson had caught COVID, and it was announced that both running backs had potentially been exposed to COVID. They couldn't play, and I'm thinking, well, last time our game got postponed, it was against the Titans, and the same stuff was happening, and they just pushed our game back, took our bye week. And then it even made Roger Goodell put out a statement and say, hey, if you don't follow the rules, you're going to have to forfeit games. So I'm like, okay, well they postponed it to what was it, Sunday night? I think the game was at first.
No, either way, y'all played it. Y'all played it not that
Sunday.
long later. Y'all played it not that long later.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about the Titans. But the Titans, we had a bye week. We had a whole bye week. They took our bye week. Yeah, but with the Ravens, I think they pushed it to Sunday night, I believe. Or I don't know. Maybe it was straight to Monday. But and then more tests came in positive. The NFL doesn't know what they're doing. Next day, push it back. It's now Monday night. NFL, more tests coming in. Now it's Willie Snead. Willie Snead's now hurt. Okay, well, let's just push it to Tuesday. Now it's Tuesday. And at this point, it's just like, where's that memo you sent out last time where people have to forfeit games? Why is that not happening? Why? The Ravens have obviously gone against protocol. Why are the Steelers being punished? We have to play 3 games in 12 days coming up.
This time I think it was kind of obvious. You seemed a little bit more mad about it. On Instagram, you posted little comment about the Denver situation, how they have to play with a wide receiver at quarterback, but the Ravens get to skip a week.
The Broncos had no quarterbacks. They had to sign a guy the day before the game. He had no time to practice. I think he was on their practice squad. Game planning.
I think he was on their practice squad. But either way, I mean, he was a wide receiver.
Do anything. And they made the Broncos play. They made the 49ers play with a practice squad team a couple weeks ago. So my question is why what's the difference between why are they giving the Ravens a piece of cake?
Aren't the Ravens are third place on the AFC North, aren't they?
Yeah, they're also not in the playoffs. But it's like, my problem is why is Roger Goodell feeding the Ravens when he's made other teams play with half their talent and take simple losses because they didn't have a full healthy team? Half their players are missing. But sit here and he'll put a bib around the Ravens' neck. And I was like, I'm not a guy that gets mad. I'm like, look, Mike Tomlin even said, we do not care. It's a meme now. When people are like, hey, we're pushing the game, we do not care. But at this point, it's not too fair. Like, we're going through a rough stretch, man. The playoffs are not that far away. The playoffs are not that far away. And the Steelers are already a team.
3 games in 12 days, that's not... you're only supposed to play 2 in 14.
Yep. That's the true state. That's actual thing that's going to happen too. We have to play 3 games in 12 days.
How's that going down? What days are you playing?
We play Wednesday. We play Washington Sunday, I believe, and then we play. Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I mean, Roger Goodell, he is a joke. I mean,
Roger Goodell's the biggest joke in sports.
He's been a joke.
I've been saying this for a while.
There's a reason why he gets booed on draft night. There's a reason.
Yeah, he's just, and they're like, oh, it's for charity. No, you suck. Don't say charity. Ain't nobody booing you for charity, and you know it, man. You're terrible,
how much
dog.
does a boo cost, bro, for charity?
Yeah, I don't know. He said when y'all boo us, it makes us money. Man, we don't look. Hey, we'll take it. Hey, we'll take the charity, but you suck at your job.
You suck.
And then his contract ended a few years ago, and he was like, "Look, if y'all gonna bring me back, I want more money, and I need a private jet." Man, get this clown out of here. Boo this man.
Boo this guy.
Come on.
Boo.
Stupid, man. But it's like back to the situation. I just don't understand what makes it any different from the 49ers, who had to play with typically nobody a couple of weeks ago, and the Broncos just had to play with no quarterback. And I saw some people on the on Twitter saying, well, okay, it's a different situation because the Ravens have a full outbreak while the others were contained. They haven't had a positive test, and actually it got postponed today. You want to know why it got postponed? Because I know you don't know.
Yeah, I don't know at all. I was working.
The game was supposed to be tomorrow. The Ravens hadn't been able to practice, and the players got together. They had a players-only meeting, and they said, well, if they don't move the game back, we're just not going to play. What does that sound like to you?
A forfeit.
Yeah. Sounds like a forfeit to me.
And
sounds like a team that just doesn't want to play.
That's the rule, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So then what's the problem here?
I forgot what they call it. I think it's called a wildcat strike. It's where the people in a union, stop their, they go against their union. And it's like, I just don't. And that would have brought up like big tensions between the NFL and the NFLPA, which would have been hectic. Honestly,
if they would have made them forfeit.
If they went on a wildcat strike, because it would have been a clash between the NFL and the NFLPA and the CBA, and they would have had to go to court about it. It's just a lot, dude. It honestly could have ended the season. It was just so stupid, man. It's just dramatic. My thing is like, look, I get it. You guys want to make the playoffs. You're not going to have Lamar. They do get their 2 running backs back. J.K. and Mark Ingram will be able to play. Their 10 days are up. So that's good news for the Ravens fans. So it's also helping the Ravens that they just haven't had to forfeit.
Let's not forget who the Ravens have at their backup quarterback position. We're not talking RG3 here. We're talking.
Oh my God! No, whoa! Don't say his name. Don't say his name.
Man. Awake the ghost, the spirit of this man.
Don't say his name.
We can't say it. We're not going to say the name, but everyone listening right now knows exactly who we talking about. We know exactly who we talking about.
Say his number for him.
7.
Oh God! Don't say his name. You know what it'll do. You already said piece of the song. It's already circulating the memes.
The pack is in the air.
I don't know. What are you thinking about this whole situation? Like, do you think it's fair? Do you think it makes sense? What's wrong with it? It's a flawed system, to be honest.
I'm not a Steelers fan. Y'all have been through a lot of this season, and
I've been through it twice now.
The Packers haven't been through this once. None of my teams have been through this at all that I've even followed. So I don't know how it feels, I guess you could say. But I'd be mad. Especially that what y'all got right online. Y'all have an undefeated season. I don't think the Ravens would have done anything personally, but it just it make me angry because you're basically giving this team more time to watch film when you even said it yourself that they should have to forfeit because they're not taking the right precautions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like, why drop that whole memo about teams forfitting if you're not going to make them forfeit?
You're giving this team more time to evaluate the best team in the NFL, in my opinion. You're giving them more time to evaluate this team and, give them their first loss, I guess you say.
But see, here's my problem. I don't have a problem with that. They can't practice. They'll probably practice tomorrow. I don't care that they have more time because we have more time. We're resting. It's a free bye week. The only problem is now we have to play Washington in 4 days.
Y'all gotta play all these other teams in a 2-week span.
That's the problem with it. I feel like we're being punished for the Ravens having a massive outbreak. That's the whole problem with the situation. That's why Steelers fans and that's why people are angry and upset now. The only people who aren't upset are Ravens fans. It's helping them. They're trying to get Lamar back, which isn't going to happen. They're not in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? They're desperate right now. They didn't expect to be third in the division.
They SpongeBob when he went in Sandy's take. Water.
They're desperate right now. They're desperate.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, let's move on. We've talked about this for a little while.
Let's talk about your Packers.
My Packers team. You had the question of if they're the best in the NFC.
I do think they're the best in the NFC.
You think they're the best in the NFC?
Yeah.
I think you touched on this in the Matt Patricia video. I think. No, like you said if we catch a hot streak. You said it in some podcast.
I know for sure because in the Mike Patricia we really only talked about the Lions and Eric.
But I think we talked about the division.
Oh yeah. No. But all I said was that if Eric Bieniemy went to the Lions, he'd have to play AR-12 twice a year.
Yeah, I don't know. In some podcast, I don't remember what it was. You might have said it just to me personally. You said that if we catch a hot streak, then we obviously we'd run and be the best team in the NFC. I think that would have to happen for us to be the best team in the NFC. I feel like Aaron Rodgers, he's playing amazing, especially this last game. We played amazing. But we've had our inconsistencies throughout the season. I mean, team we're about to talk about, we got smoked by them. So I mean, the defense hasn't played as good as it did last year. The offense is 100% playing better. I mean, Jamal Williams played great last game. Aaron Rodgers played great. Alan Lazard, he played good. I know he caught a touchdown. I mean, it's just, I don't know if I'd say we're the best team in the NFC, but we're definitely a top two. I mean, the other team I would put in there would probably be the Seahawks. I mean, they did just beat the Eagles. But I mean, I don't know if you could just say that they're not the best in the top NFC team anymore. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could say we're the best NFC team. If we're going off this past week alone, we're the best NFC team.
Yeah, I mean the Seahawks just beat the Eagles, but that's not saying much. But I feel like when the season first started, I said, okay, well Green Bay right now. I think it was through 2 games. I said, well Green Bay is the best team right now.
Yeah.
And I think in the NFC, I think this is their year. And as time went on, as we hit about week 3 or 4, it became Seattle. Seattle became a threat. And then for literally, hear me out, for about a
4
week,
days.
I said,
about 4 days.
For about 4 days.
Then
4 days I said,
Saints.
no, I said the Buccaneers.
Oh.
The Buccaneers were dominant. They were playing great. They were like 6-2.
I thought
they went from 6-2 to 7-5.
I thought you were
That's
talking
a true story.
I thought you were talking about the Saints whenever they dominated, when they were fully healthy, and then Drew Brees bruised his ribs or injured his ribs, I guess you could say. I don't know what.
Oh
exactly
yeah. Drew Brees fully healthy. I think right now, I'm just gonna say this right here.
If a fully healthy Saints team was on the table, they'd be the best team in the NFC. 100%.
Yeah, because they dominate. Oh my God, they destroyed the Buccaneers.
Let's just hope
when they were fully healthy.
Let's just hope that they don't get fully healthy in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, it's happening. Drew Brees is sitting at home with the ice on his ribs right now, watching film. But right now, I'm gonna say yes. I think the Packers are the best team. I do. I'll agree. I think y'all lack defense. Y'all have lacked defense for a while now, though.
I don't know. Last year, our one of our best things was our defense. I mean, we had a good offense, but a main storyline.
What were y'all's flaws last year? Because I remember y'all just got absolutely mauled in the.
I think it was our offensive. It was our offensive inconsistency. Because I mean, you come in.
AR-12, y'all have offensive AR.
No, it was more of just like, I don't know how to. Yeah, I mean, because
that doesn't even make sense. Because
go ahead.
I feel like if Aaron Rodgers is my quarterback, it's kind of like what happens with the Steelers. It's like listen, every game we start off, Ryan Fincher, whatever, however you say his last name, he's like calling the plays, and you can tell because our offense is a stalemate. It sucks. In the past 2 full seasons, you want to know how many opening drive touchdowns we have?
0. I'm just going to go.
1.
Oh,
1. Yeah, 1. It was against the Titans this season. So not that long ago. We have the worst offensive coordinator in sports. But you know what happens in every game is we start off slow. The Titans game was the only game this whole season we didn't start off slow. We always start off slow. And then Ben goes single back. He runs spread and he starts calling plays and puts us in up tempo, and we start scoring. We score every possession. And it happens every game. We come back and win. It happens every game. Cowboys, Ravens, every game.
Well, this is another thing. I think Aaron Rodgers even came out and said it. He said he trusts Matt LaFleur's play calling a lot more than Mike McCarthy's.
I trust AR a lot more.
I would 100% give him the reins of the offense. I think Matt LaFleur did. But, I mean, like, it's just we didn't perform well against an amazing 49ers team. Obviously. I mean,
49ers
I don't think there was. I mean, no, I'm talking about in the postseason last year.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That was the game that we lost. I mean, I still to this. I mean, even if I look back at it right now, I still don't think we would beat that team any day. That 49ers team was too good that year, last year, I guess you could say. But
so they met the team that was too good.
The reigning back-to-back Super Bowl champions.
Pretty much.
But I think last year we had the defense was playing a lot better. I guess you could just say. That brings me to my next point. Like, what's happened with your defense? Because your defense is obviously lackluster. Dude, I've told you this already. I have no idea. I mean, I don't really watch.
Same people, same guys.
Exactly.
You guys lost anybody?
I have no idea. We did lose one person. I mean, it was made key. It was a key thing made for our. I think it was like our Instagram posted it and some fan pages posted it. It was Blake Martinez. The middle linebacker. He went to the Giants.
Yeah, I know Blake Martinez. Okay.
But I mean, I still don't see. I mean, unless he was a real field general, because I know he could. Like his main thing was tackling. Like he was a really good tackler. But I mean, unless he was a real good field general and out there, moving guys around, pointing out things. I mean, nothing really changed for the defense. I mean, I'm
gonna tell you what's going on. I'm gonna tell you exactly what's going on with the Packers. I'm gonna tell you why you guys have been in a stalemate recently. Okay. Remember when we were watching the Packers Cardinals game playoff and you guys hit that Hail Mary?
Dude, is it because Clay Matthews didn't shake?
It's because Clay Matthews stood over Larry Fitzgerald like that.
No, it's Carson. It was Carson Palmer, bro.
No.
Yes, it was because he held out his hand and he didn't help him up.
Carson Palmer?
Yes.
He was a quarterback then?
Yes. Because he ran away. He threw that. He jumped and threw that 180 pass and Larry Fitzgerald just took off, broke everyone's ankle.
Wow, that makes me feel kind of old. I haven't thought about Carson Palmer in a while. Wow.
He's been retired for, I think it was 2 years.
For some reason, I'm thinking the quarterback was Kyler Murray. The Cardinals have been so bad. Who was their quarterback before Kyler? Because I know it wasn't Carson. Oh, yeah, it was Josh Rosen, wasn't it?
Yes, the chosen Rosen.
God.
The chosen Rosen.
There were 3 mistakes picked over me, and this dude's a free agent now or something like that.
I think he said all those picks. He was I think there's I think it was 9.
He called out all the quarterbacks, and it's funny because they all ended up being good, and he's he's the only one that sucks. You know what I mean?
It was Baker. It was Baker, Sam, and Josh Allen, isn't it?
Josh Allen, yeah. They all are good quarterbacks, and he sucks. I know a lot of people Sam Darnold is not good. Dude, he plays for the Jets.
Sam Darnold's actually good. If you put that dude on good roster, he'd dot.
Yeah, he'll be on a good roster next season because he won't be on the Jets.
Okay, he'll be on a decent roster then. Maybe the Ravens for
somebody will pick the Bears.
The Ravens. They got a running back playing quarterback.
Come on, stop. Come on.
That joke was so funny. Oh, anyway.
All right, so
repeating champions.
You say Green Bay.
Oh, okay, yeah. What you say?
Oh, whoa. We didn't kind of finish our point.
You said what? Oh, yeah. I think the Packers are the best team right now in the NFC.
Right now?
Yeah. Right now.
Do you think and I'm saying they're the best team right now because I told you earlier, the Seahawks to always do this thing. And a lot of people think, okay, right, if you're looking at the NFC right now, everybody's like, okay, it's either Green Bay or Seattle right now, especially since the Saints are fully healthy with Drew Brees. Plus, we know how the Saints are in the playoffs. Come on. I think Green Bay or Seattle is going to be, honestly, one of the only 2 teams that can actually represent you guys in the Super Bowl. And I'm looking at Green Bay, and I think Aaron Rodgers can pull it out. Do I think they'll win the Super Bowl? Because we all know who they're going to be playing. We all know who they're going to play.
We're not winning that. We're about to touch on that right now.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we're not winning that. But,
this
is the last point I want to point out about the Packers. Offense wins championships. We talked about this.
Yeah.
Packers offense is doing good right now. So that's all.
Another thing that scares me though with the Packers is their division. Your division isn't good at football.
This is the thing about our division. Our division is weird. Okay, you have Minnesota, who's like the Auburn Tigers of the NFL. They will go off a year and then they'll just chill, and then they'll go off a year and then they'll just chill. You got the Lions, who are bad except for when they play division teams.
And
then
to be honest, they should have lost this last week. They got kind of lucky with this win.
And you got the Bears.
Yeah, the Panthers and Minnesota were trying to decide who had the worst defense in the NFL. Dude, it was so bad. It was like I think it was the Viking. No. The Carolina scored with like a minute or 40 seconds left, and then the Vikings literally drove down the field in like 30 seconds and won the game. It was or kicked a field goal or something. I don't remember, but it was. Score? It was. I don't know. We can figure out.
Anyways, like I was saying about the Bears.
28-27. So, yeah, it was a field goal. They drove down the field and, like, I'm talking quick, dude. It was insane.
But, yeah, no, the Bears, they're on and off. I mean, they'll have, like, a year they go 12-4, and then next year they'll go 8-8, and then next year they'll go 11-6. Next year they'll go 7-5 or 7-9. So I'll say 7-5, thinking of college football.
And Detroit's just Detroit.
We have a team we're going to talk about who we were just trying to talk on with the Packers in the Super Bowl. Yep. We got the repeating champs.
Yep.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Can the Chiefs be stopped? And the scary thing about it is can they've been stopped once, by the Raiders. But the thing is can they be stopped in January?
I don't think so.
Can they be stopped in January?
I don't think so.
Who's the best fit for this team in the AFC?
In the AFC, who's the best fit for them, like going up against them?
Yeah.
Steelers, I guess. They're really the only lot, like.
As a Steelers fan, I don't know. Now,
I mean, I don't see y'all beating them, but I think y'all are the best matchup.
Yeah. Okay. Well, before I talk about if I think we can or if we can match up with them, let's just talk about what makes this team dominant. Best offense the NFL has ever seen.
Offense, easy.
By far,
this Chiefs team is as if the LSU team was in the NFL. Like, I mean, and this is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and they can just
LSU
dominate
was
year
able
by
to just
year
keep those players on that team and just keep going, that's exactly what this Chiefs team is. They got the best quarterback in the league. LSU had that. They got solid receivers. LSU had that. They got a running back that can do it all. The LSU had the same running back last year, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And they got an above average defense that can stop teams when it needs to. And that's all you need.
Well, their defense didn't look good against the Bucs. It did for one half, and then holy Jesus, man, their defense isn't bad. Their defense has flashes.
That's why I didn't say great. I said above average.
Yeah, like if I'm a fan, because weirdly enough, they've allowed the least amount of points in their division by 60, and the closest team is Denver, and Denver has a great defense. So yeah, but like the thing that I think that is their weakness, and I think that was a problem with. But here's my thing: when you have a weakness on a team like Kansas City, you don't stress it. You want to know why?
Because you have the best offense in the league.
Because your coach is say his name. Just say his name.
Big boy Andy Reid.
Come on, man. I'm talking. Look, they were down. Every game they played in the playoffs last year, they were down. They had to come back in each game. Because he's so good at adjusting. Eric Bieniemy's so good at adjusting.
That made me think of that DeAndre Hopkins tweet. Whenever it was like after week 1 and the Texans got like smoked or whatever, and he was like, I got 23 reasons why. And it was because they lost by 20, or they had a 23-point lead or something like that against the Chiefs. Something like that. I don't know. It was something. But it was hilarious. Anyways, keep going. It just made me think about that.
But they have the best coaching. Listen, they have the best coaching in the league. And when they don't even have the defense, they have defensive talent now. Don't get me wrong. You got Chris Jones, Tyrann Mathieu, Breeland's been playing out of his soul this season, dominating, possibly the best corner stat wise in the league, and he's underground. You're not hearing about him because
that's so weird. Because I would think the Miami Dolphins, they got Xavier Howard and Byron Jones. You would think that their secondary would be shut down, but I mean they're winning games.
Yeah, Brian Flores doing some work over there. Them Patriots coaches, them Patriots positional coaches.
That's another thing about Eric Bieniemy. He's in the Andy Reid coaching tree, and that's a legendary coaching tree.
Yep.
That coaching tree wins Super Bowls. But anyways,
he's getting hired this offseason. There ain't no way he's not.
And if he doesn't, Andy Reid's paying that dude something.
Yeah, but we're already seeing the Chiefs being unstoppable now. And let me tell you how they can lose. And we can look at how they lost their only game this season against the Raiders. The Raiders get off to a quick start, and even in the Kansas City gets off to a great start. But the Raiders and John Gruden, they found a way to adapt, switch it up on them. They made a comeback, and then late in the game, they took a big lead. And I think, and that's not really saying anything, but I think you've got to find a way to get your defense to keep Patrick Mahomes off the field. If Patrick Mahomes, you've also got to have a quarterback who can match him. You know what I mean? Like if Patrick Mahomes is going to throw 400 yards, your quarterback has to be able to throw 400 yards. It's that simple.
All right, so then let's dissect this, and then we're going to go through some teams who have these, okay? So what teams have quarterbacks that can throw 400 yards?
Are we talking in the AFC or in the NFL?
Any team. We have Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers can throw 400 yards.
I want to say Buffalo. I'm going to say AFC, Buffalo? You do NFC. So my first team is AFC. But I said the AFC, Buffalo Bills. But my thing is Josh Allen is a bit inconsistent.
Yeah, I mean, you can't blame him.
He'll throw for 300 yards and then he'll throw for 150.
I'm not saying Stephon Diggs is trash, but like when your top receiver is Stephon Diggs, but then your second receiver is Cole Beasley, you know.
I mean, it works every now and then.
It's working. It looks like it's working, but you know.
The thing that's scary about the Bills as well is their defense is also very inconsistent. Plus or minus of just 17 points, dude. That's not good. That's bad. And for comparison, the highest in the league is the Steelers with 124 plus or minus. Yeah, that's for comparison. They're a bit inconsistent. I don't see Bills honestly competing with the Chiefs, but I did say they have a quarterback who can match them.
All right, and then my NFC team was the Packers. We've already touched on the Packers. Aaron Rodgers, I feel like he can throw 400 yards. I think he's done it this season. I might be wrong. Let's see. You can go ahead and say a team.
I want to say the Pittsburgh Steelers, but Ben's a bit inconsistent. But can the Steelers defense potentially... The Steelers have the best defense in the league. Let's be real here. We're going to be real.
Okay.
Can they neutralize... And also what makes me a little confident... I don't want to play the Chiefs. I hope they get upset and we don't have to play them. It's the easiest way to get to the championship. But I think the best thing is that Mike Tomlin is a great head coach, especially in the playoffs. And nobody, honestly, in my opinion, but besides Bill Belichick, who I think is the number one game planner when it comes to neutralizing people. He's done it to Patrick Mahomes plenty of times. I think Mike Tomlin's number two when it comes to setting up. I never typically watch Mike Tomlin get out coached. You know how many times he's been beaten by, I think it was 20 points in his career?
How many times?
Once. And that happened like 2 seasons ago when I think we played, it was the last time we played the Eagles. We got beat like 30-10 or 30-9. And that was without a defense. And our offense was just dominant. So yeah, I'm going with the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. I know I got off topic a little bit there. But yeah.
Okay, so good thing you did go off topic because I went through the whole NFC, knocking teams out. I knocked the NFC East out completely. I'm like, no teams there is going to beat them. Sort of did the same thing with the rest of the NFC North. I mean, Drew Brees. I mean, yeah. I'm just if he's healthy. I mean, he most likely would be. So we're gonna throw Drew Brees on there. You know, I mean, it's obvious. We already talked about that too.
Yeah.
Saints are probably number one team in the NFC if Drew Brees and the whole team's healthy. The last team on my list would be the Falcons. I could see Matt Ryan throwing 400 yards.
Julio Jones making the playoffs though. We're doing playoff teams.
Then
they're not making the playoffs.
Then they're off.
Yeah. That was my only team. My only 2 teams are the Buffalo Bills, Pittsburgh Steelers. I like Ryan Tannehill. I'm gonna tell you what. If Patrick Mahomes throws 500 yards, I'll tell you what's gonna happen. Derrick Henry's gonna have 500 rushing yards.
Bro, that boy's leg is he's gonna be in the ice bath on the sideline.
This man, yes, bro, he does that after on the sideline. This man has been carrying the Titans for what, 2 seasons now?
He's gonna be in the ice bath waiting for the next drive.
Yes. Put some ice on his legs when he gets off the field. This man's been
He's
carrying
gonna be
the
wrapped up
Titans.
like Kobe.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. On the sideline in the middle of the game. So
I think that really answers it. I don't think they could be stopped.
I don't think so. Chiefs
And
are winning it.
just like we've been saying the whole podcast. Repeat champs. You're Kansas City.
Repeat. If you're gonna bet, this is the year to do it. And I'm pretty sure Chiefs fans will be watching this. Please put money on this game.
I don't know if you bet on this because you know how much
Bet
money
on
you gotta. You know how much money you gotta put down to even get money. Money.
Start betting now. Start betting now.
You know how much of a favorite they still are, bro.
I'm talking about regular season. Let's look at the remaining schedule.
Season? Oh, I didn't know you were talking about. I thought you were talking about.
I'm talking about build your money up. Let's look at the remaining schedule.
Come on, man.
Let's look at the remaining schedule. Broncos, Dolphins, Saints with Taysom Hill. Now the Falcons have been playing pretty good, so I wouldn't been sleeping on them. I think when they get them a nice little coach, the Falcons could be dangerous. I think Dan Quinn was just holding them back. And then you got the Chargers. Whatever. Look, man, this team's finishing with one loss. One loss. And if they lose a game, it's going to be Falcons or the Saints. Because they definitely ain't going to lose to the Chargers.
The Saints? You going to say Taysom Hill?
Come on, I've seen Taysom Hill work some wonders.
Dude, come on now. Hey, he threw a couple Hail Marys in college.
Okay. We'll take off the Saints where we'll put the Chargers. Chargers lost by 3 last time. And Justin Herbert just looks like the real deal. I think we got a little young rivalry. New Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. I'm just kidding.
I mean, hey, it could happen.
But Herbert is good. Herbert is good.
And Burrow's a beast.
He's a monster.
But yeah. Anyways, team who had as high hopes as the Chiefs do right now.
Yep.
Coming into the season after making a huge offseason, a signing no one's seen coming.
They pretty much signed everyone.
Gronk.
They signed everyone. If he's in the NFL, he's probably on this team. Yep.
If he's ever been a candidate, if someone's ever said that's a Hall of Fame caliber player, he's probably on this team, except for Adrian Peterson. Your Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And you
said they went 6-2,
and you let Kansas City take a 27 lead. Tyreek Hill, come on, man, he woke up feeling dangerous. 200 receiving yards.
I woke up
in
to
the
you
first
saying
quarter.
That. I woke up to you. I think you sent that to me, right? You're like Tyreek has 200 in the first quarter. I think you texted me that.
That's impossible because this game was at like 4:00, so I'm trying to figure out how you were asleep at 4 in the afternoon.
Then where was I? No, I don't know.
Sleeping. That's impossible.
I must have been on break then. I don't know. But I mean,
Sleeping
I seen you text me. I was like, oh, that's crazy. That's wild.
But yeah, on Twitter, I was tweeting about this game, and I said, look, man, let me tell you guys what's wrong with the Bucs. And a lot of people were like, well, it's like Tom Brady's not playing. Tom Brady had 345 yards. Yeah, he threw 2 picks, and his deep ball is very, very bad. And I mean bad, dude. It's just not the same deep ball we're used to seeing. I mean, let's be real, though. Gronk looked good. He had 100 receiving yards. Maybe he's earned that 95.
Take it, bro.
Yeah, maybe he's earned that 95 overall after all. If it's still a 95 after the first few weeks in the season. Ronald Jones is a beast. Let me tell you, and even Tom Brady, he was shaky at first, but let me tell you what's really wrong with the Buccaneers. And this is something I told Jordan, because I remember when the season first started and Jordan said, oh, they just signed Leonard Fournette. Well, them boys going to be dirty. I said, man, they're not. Come on. Buccaneers not winning anything. And he says, man, you're hating. You're a hater. You know, you don't want to see Tom Brady succeed. I was like, I've seen Tom Brady succeed. I've seen him do some crazy things.
I think he forgets. I think he forgets us growing up watching the NFL. All we've seen is Tom Brady succeed.
Yeah, and this man, and that's another thing that pointed to I'm like, look, man, you're an NBA guy, okay? I was like, this is our sport, so don't call me a hater when I speak facts. And I told him, I was like, look, they're not winning anything. And he said, man, you're hating. You don't want to see Tom Brady succeed. I said, no, their coach is Bruce Arians. You know how many playoffs wins Bruce Arians has in his career?
I know one of them was against that Packers.
And that's his only win.
That's his only one.
Yeah. And that's his only win. Bruce Arians is not a good head coach. And I'm kind of curious as to why.
His QB. Everybody says he's a QB whisperer.
He's a QB whisperer. Yeah. 30 for 30 with James Winston. Yeah. Come on, man. One playoff win. It's not winning them. It's not winning them championships. It's not even winning them playoff games. When was the last time they won a division? Because they ain't winning it this year.
The Buccaneers.
Come on, man. No, they're 7-5 with the roster they have. Rob Gronkowski, Tom Brady, Ronald Jones, Leonard Fournette, Mike Evans.
I'll never. No. Look, this is
Antonio Brown.
This is something y'all don't know. Talking to the listeners, this is something y'all don't know. We recorded the first ever podcast. We had someone else on it. It was gonna be me, Dimitri, and someone else. But then he ultimately backed out. But we recorded it, and after it, he was like, "Oh, they just signed Leonard Fournette." He was like, "This team's gonna be." He was saying the exact same thing Jordan was saying. I said,
"Yeah."
I said, "Look, Bruce Arians said that Ron Jones is the running back, and he's gonna hold that spot." And that dude looked at me. He's like, "Ron Jones is trash. Look at us now."
Oh my God.
Look at us now.
Oh my God. I'll tell you what. Let's look at Leonard Fournette. 3 carries for 10 yards. Yes, sir. Let's look at his stats for the whole season. Let's just look at it. 69 carries, 271 yards. Yes, sir, man.
He's from Built Different University.
He's just looking great. Yeah, LSU, come on, man. We made a video about them. But the Tampa Bay doesn't have the coaching they need to succeed. I don't care who's on your team. If your coach sucks, you won't win. If your coach sucks, you won't win.
I feel like that's the thing that's not looked at in sports. I mean, hockey. If you're a hockey fan, you know.
Yeah. Because,
if you a hockey fan, you know.
Look at the Penguins. Look at the Penguins back in 2016.
They fired that dude mid-season.
Terrible. Fired him mid-season, bring in a new guy. We win the cup. Next season, we dominate, win the cup again, back to back. You know, it's like it's almost every sport for that. If you don't have a good coach, you won't succeed. Deontay Wilder.
The only
bad coach.
The only sport I give slack to is baseball. You don't really see a lot of coaching changes in baseball. Coaches will sit on teams for I don't remember when the Cubs didn't have that dude Madden as their coach or manager. I can't remember a day. I don't even know if I've been alive since he wasn't the coach.
Yeah, Bruce Arians, his offense is stalemate. It's just not good.
And I will give him loud enough.
Yeah, he's not whispering loud enough. But he did talk to this team at halftime because in halftime, Kansas City only scored 7 points in the second half, while they scored 17. They lost by 3, but their defense folded, which is what every defense is going to do when you face Kansas City. You know. And
at that point, it's just not even folding; it's just laying down.
Yeah, I was talking to Jordan as well, and he said, "You think Tom Brady's gone after this season if they don't win anything?" I said, "No, he's got 1 more year on his contract, and he's going to play that season." But I said after next season, there's no way Tom Brady's just going to keep playing. He has no reason to.
You think he's going to retire?
Yeah, after next season, he signed a 2-year deal for a reason. I think
honestly, he should have called it an end. I don't think after that. I think it should have been the season before last season. I think that's because last season he lost to the Titans.
Yeah, they won the Super Bowl against the Rams. Season before.
That was
the season before.
That seems like forever ago, bro.
Yeah, because remember they beat the Chiefs in the AFC Championship. Yeah, because of Frank Clark.
That's when he should have retired.
He should have retired 100%. After that. Been a great way to go out.
Next season,
go 6 Super Bowls by yourself. Come on. Because we can see now he's carried the Patriots. We can see that now. But
they had Aaron Hernandez, man. Come on now.
Come on, bro. But yeah, hey, look. Aaron Hernandez, committing whatever degree murder it was, made way for Gronkowski. So Gronkowski should be thanking that man.
Jesus Christ.
They would have never drafted Gronk if Aaron didn't do it.
No, I think they're on the team at the same time, bro.
They were? Oh, never mind.
I think so.
That was just a dark joke for no reason. Jesus.
Bro. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's move on.
Let's move on. Yeah.
Let's move on. Will Fuller, bro. He got caught on the PEDs. I think you said he came out with a statement or whatever. How he said that he thought that they were NFL.
He said he bought treatment. This is exactly, and I quote what he said. Earlier this year, I sought treatment from a medical professional who prescribed medication that he believed to be permitted under the NFL's drug policy. As it turns out, my trust in this professional was misplaced because this medication was not, all caps, permitted substance under the NFL policy on performance-enhancing substances. As a result of this mistake, I've been suspended for 6 games for taking this prohibited medication. I want to sincerely apologize to the Texans organization and all of my fans for this mistake. I'm looking forward to putting this all behind me and returning better than ever in 2021. Thank you, quote, Will. Yeah, his season's over, and the Texans are now even worse, although Deshaun Watson had been playing pretty good. They got rid of Bill O'Brien, the deadweight, and now these players are shining. But yeah,
I think it's time to just throw the season away. Tank.
Tank. Yep.
I think it's always been that.
I mean, it should have been tanking, to be honest.
They don't have a defense.
You don't need a quarterback, but I'll tell you who they need. I'm gonna tell you right now a player that I feel like could shine really on the Texans. Jamar Chase. And he didn't play, so I feel like he didn't play, so I feel like he can slip a bit. I definitely think they should go offense.
That's one thing on okay, look, this is what I want to talk about. I feel like it's more NFL related than college football. Players opting out for this college football season. It's crazy because you don't want to play a season that you can use for free eligibility to basically show the scouts what you're made of. And then you just declare instead of just working out. That's the thing. It's the same situation with Jamie Newman. It was for Rashad Bateman, and then he opted back in and opted out. And I mean, it was just, I don't know, because like scouts, I don't feel like they won't look at them.
You turn this into a mock draft.
Well, how? How am I turning this into a mock draft?
My man Will Fuller, man.
Dude, but like, no,
we did say it was tank season, so I mean,
it was
there's not much to really say about it. I mean, he said, he said this was a few months ago. He unknowingly used a product.
The way you
I
brought
guess he
this
got
up
drug tested.
You said that we got to talk about this Will Fuller on PEDs. I thought this man was like, he was going hard in the paint with these things. Mm-hmm. But nah, it was a sincere. I feel like it was a sincere mistake.
Typically, when somebody gets caught taking PEDs, they always say, "Oh, it was an accident." Come on.
But
especially NFL players.
I feel like this one was.
I'm not saying he did it on purpose, but a lot of players do say that.
I know what you're talking about.
All you can do is learn from it, get better, man. Come back next season, be ready to play. If you're even on the Texans,
apologize and move on. I mean, that's what Will Greer did.
Yeah,
and look at him now. He's a backup on the Panthers.
He's a bench player. They put this man PJ Tucker in over him.
Jesus,
think about it. They were talking about PJ Tucker. I'm like, what? Where's Will Greer?
Where's the GOAT?
Yeah, and it's crazy because we were like, yo, he's gonna be a threat in the NFL. He has not been.
He is not.
No.
But you know who has? Throw it on a dime.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna say his name. I'm not gonna say his name.
Oh my God.
But we know who I'm talking about.
We know who we're talking about.
All right. Anyways, I feel like that's all that we got to say, especially on the Will Fuller situation. I mean, there's nothing. I feel like it was an honest mistake. But I mean, if y'all have any opinions on anything we've said, leave them down in the comments. All the socials are on the screen. Subscribe and leave a like, please. It would be greatly appreciated. Keep the love coming. We've seen a couple comments. We thank y'all for them, honestly, even though y'all were lighting my stuff up that last video.
Yeah, we know he was on that. He was trolling in that JT Daniels video.
I was trolling. I overreacted.
He was trolling.
But,
he overreacted.
But I mean, it's still thank you for the opinions. Thank you for all the love that y'all been showing for us.
Yeah, we enjoy the feedback and the.
We try to respond as much as we can. I have to go to work all the time, so I mean, we try as hard as we can. We just be really busy sometimes. Anyways, thank you so much. Please subscribe, please like, and we'll see y'all later.